The Minnesota Vikings have a chance to repeat history, and hopefully they could rewrite history. But I'm not saying it's going to happen. I just know we have to address the rumors, the hilarious rumors about Rodgers, that is Aaron Rodgers, potentially wiggling his way to Minnesota. So let's talk about it. Before we do, shout out to our affiliate partners at Green Gridiron. If you want one of these mini helmets, the link for that will be in the description, and use the promo code MINSYN, MINSYN, at checkout to receive a small discount on your purchase. They have NFL helmets, college helmets, fully customizable ones, and they also have helmets you can wear on a football field. If that's something you would like, you want your own helmet, you want something to hang around the house or something just to show your fandom, Green Gridiron is the place for you. The link for that is in the comment section and the description. Use the promo code MINSYN, MINSYN, at checkout to receive a small discount on your purchase. And if they already have a current deal going on, you can actually stack the promo code and and get even more off of your final purchase. So let's get to it. This offseason has been a wild one, right? Last year, I guess you could say the quarterback situation in Minnesota was an interesting subject, right? We really didn't know which way the organization was going to go. Is it going to be Kirk Cousins? Is it going to be a free agent quarterback? Are we going to draft a quarterback? Well, we knew real quick that Kirk Cousins just wasn't going to return to the Minnesota Vikings because we didn't have enough money to pay him, or we weren't going to pay him the amount of money that he wanted. So our gears quickly shifted to the draft and looking at a potential future of the franchise, in which the Vikings did end up selecting at 10 overall J.J. McCarthy, former national championship champion with the Michigan Wolverines. He's the future. It's the J.J. McCarthy era, right? But then we go out in free agency, we signed Sam Darnold to a one-year deal. I think it was like $10 million, and Sam Darnold was named the starter, and he had a fantastic season, 14-3. We go to the playoffs, we did lose. But Sam Darnold, for the most part, proved a lot of doubters wrong, proved to our organization that he can play at a high level. Yes, he did choke in the most crucial moments, which sucks, and a quarterback, that you want, or a superstar quarterback just doesn't do that. A quarterback that gets you to the Super Bowl just doesn't do that, doesn't choke. But here we are again, another interesting quarterback situation. Sam Darnold is currently a free agent. Does Minnesota decide to extend him, or give him a contract extension? Do they want to franchise tag him so he can't go elsewhere? Or do they say, you know what, 1 year was good, 1 year was enough, it's time to look forward. It's the J.J. McCarthy era. But if people forget, J.J. McCarthy did miss the entire season. He tore, I believe it was his meniscus or something like that in his knee, so he missed the entire year, so he really wasn't on the field much. So who's to say he's game ready? Who's to say he's 100% football ready? Is he in football shape? Probably not, okay? I mean, he probably is right now because it's the end of the season, but maybe not to where we thought he could have been, right? So Minnesota has to look at all the options. Are we going to trade J.J. McCarthy? Doubt it. Are we going to go into the season with J.J. McCarthy as the starting quarterback, sign a free agent quarterback that isn't a high caliber type of player, or keep Nick Mullins on the roster? What's going to happen? Well, there's an interesting scenario, one of which we played out in 2009, the 2008-2009 offseason. Brett Favre, right? Former legend for the Green Bay Packers, retires, comes out of retirement, decides, I'm going to come back to Green Bay. They say, you know what? No. They trade him to the New York Jets. Sound familiar? He played one season. I believe he went 9-7 or 7-9, whatever the case may be. It was a bad year. Then he finds his way with the Minnesota Vikings. He comes over to Minnesota, and we have that 2009 season, a spectacular season. If you guys do remember, we went all the way to the NFC Championship game where, plain and simple, we got screwed. If you're a Minnesota Vikings fan, you know nobody in our fan base or organization likes the Saints. We hate the Saints for that. So then he wrote it out with us. Then 2010 was another okay year, decent season, and the rest is history. Well, Aaron Rodgers has the opportunity to follow the exact same pathway. Legend for the Green Bay Packers, won a Super Bowl. What does he do? He goes on darkness retreat, comes out. Oh, by the way, you've been traded to the New York Jets. Now, granted, he did have 2 seasons there, but the one season was cut short. Just 4 plays into that season, he tore his Achilles, missed the entire year. He comes back and he has an atrocious season with the New York Jets. Guess what? They decided that they're going to be cutting ties with Aaron Rodgers because they gave him a bunch of stipulations in which Rodgers doesn't want to follow. And now Rodgers can find a new home. Is he going to follow the Brett Favre path? Is he going to come to Minnesota? I'm not sure. Would I be okay with it? I wouldn't be opposed. Aaron Rodgers, I think, is a very good quarterback. And it's weird to saying that because he was a Green Bay Packer legend. People are going to say he's old, and people are going to have their own thoughts on this take, right? People are going to say, Aaron Rodgers, no, we don't want that bum on this team. We don't want all the issues he brings with it. I don't think he brings any issues besides playing very good football. And you can look at this Jets season and say, what was that? That's not good football. But you have to realize the Jets are the Jets for a reason. They are a cursed franchise. They are terrible. They will never be good. Plain and simple. At least they haven't been good in my lifetime. They made the playoffs once or twice, yada, yada. But they're choke artists. They're worse than the Minnesota Vikings. Aaron Rodgers coming over to Minnesota would have better weapons, a better offensive line, a little bit, potentially not as good of a backfield, but who cares? You can plug and place those guys. A defense that actually knows what's going on because we're retaining Brian Flores. Aaron Rodgers has a chance to succeed in Minnesota. And if Sam Darnold can go 14-3, there's no doubt in my mind that Aaron Rodgers can go 14-3 or even better. Okay, so I wouldn't be opposed to the situation. Will it happen? Probably not, because I just don't think this organization wants to go that same route. It's all fine and dandy. But right now, if I'm looking at it, if I'm the GM, I'm saying, look, we drafted J.J. McCarthy, 10 overall. It's time to pass the reins. It's time to give him a chance to show this organization what he's all about. Is he the next guy? Is he the future? It's time to figure that out right here and now. But if you bring Aaron Rodgers in, a legend, a future Hall of Famer, J.J. McCarthy can learn from that man. Think about that aspect of it. I'm not sure it's going to happen. Aaron Rodgers would have to sign a cheap deal 1 year, a similar deal to what Sam Darnold signed with the Minnesota Vikings a year ago, like $10 million for 1 year or $15 million for 1 year, whatever the case may be, so he doesn't eat up a lot of cap space. But the rumors of Aaron Rodgers to Minnesota is very real. We're all seeing it on the internet. There's a potential landing spot for Minnesota, the odds and all that stuff. Right now, the Steelers are the favorites to land him, but you never know. Things could happen, and we could be shocked. Aaron Rodgers to Minnesota could happen. I wouldn't be opposed, but I think it's time for the J.J. McCarthy era. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much, much appreciated. And real quick, if you want one of these backlit LED Minnesota Viking 3D logos, the link for that is in the description at Whitebeard Signs, I believe, and use the promo code VS30 at checkout to receive a small discount or to receive $30 off your purchase for that. So have a great rest of the night, folks, and Skol Vikes.